position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome everyone to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Longhorns will kick it away to start. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. It's Fletcher. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Canes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, it's Beck. Quick completion on the out. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And the Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo. Going to swing it on second down. The throw to the outside is complete. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Touchdown, Canes! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Moore. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25.
And after giving up the long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. The Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He did not make it a stonewall
situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They'll run for it. Oh, better look out. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Find some fresh air. Got the first down and more. Big pickup on the ground. Knocked out at the 28-yard line. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
They go to the ground. Makes a man miss. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
He stopped short on the two-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the two. And he's going to try to return this one. Rams him with the stiff arm. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. We got a tight one early and they go back on the attack holding a 7-6 lead. Now they'll run it on the toss. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking to pass. It's back. Works the middle of the field. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. And the Canes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Got his man quickly. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Turning on the Jets. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Miami. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. They make makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off-play action on first down. Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Beck. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
And the Canes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Defense in press coverage. Back to pass. Gets it out quickly. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll try the left side. And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the second quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Motion from the wideout. Second down, he'll throw it. Gets it out fast. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The Hurricanes are in the hurry-up. Looking to throw, it's back. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Keeps looking downfield. Lowers those pads. And they keep him out of the end zone. He's run out of bounds at the 5.
And nowadays, you're not always going to get these quarterbacks on the ground because they're so athletic. But nice job getting the sack, let him out of the pocket there, but now forcing the 4th down, and it's decision time for this offense.
He's looking to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Hurricane. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra extra point pushes the lead to 14. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Texas!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll go to the air. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working, a lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
The Canes in the hurry-up.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Thanks to grab. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Dropping back, it's back. On target to the left. Open space at the 25. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Leaves it with the back. Runs through a tackle.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll try the run. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Surging forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big 2nd down. Here probably expecting the offense to throw with a little bit more room to work with.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. And that one is picked up in the end zone. The 50. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And there's something you don't see often, a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. As a quarterback, you know those windows are really small to throw into. And if you don't throw it on time, it's going to get, at minimum, tipped, maybe picked. That's the worst possible scenario for a quarterback. What a play by the defense.
Gets the back moving. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the touchdown, if they could get this 2, we'll have a tie ball game. Back to pass, it's Manning. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and we've got a tie game. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Quarterback empties his backfield. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Makes the catch on the left. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got him. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he was flat, missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. To the air, it's back. Fires left. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play, clock running. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. To the air. It's back. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Rushes on him. He is brought down and sacked. That is not the offense's ideal way to finish up the half, but we'll head to the locker room. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. And the Hurricanes will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Moore. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up at racing down the left side. The 40. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll go to the ground. Plows through the defense. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
It's so hard to play defense when you've got things in front of you. Everybody going one direction, somebody coming back the other direction. You can't trust your eyes. Really good job by the offense, giving you some eye candy, something to look at so it wasn't easy coming downhill right at you. Hard to diagnose plays.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They go right back to their man on second and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. The line of scrimmage, the 2, and these final 2 yards might be the toughest here on third down. the 6. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Wants to throw. It's back. Ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Off the play fake on first down. Oh, they're after him. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
And the Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Fires deep toward the end zone. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage, and did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage, you jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process, and that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
Back to throw, it's back. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. The Canes build their program around playmakers like that.
They do, Reese, and speed on the outside makes everybody so much better. Finding those home run hitters, those playmakers, those are the guys when Miami's rolling, those are the guys they're finding.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Lost to throw again. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Canes.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees is his guy, and he knows he's open, but watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
He'll bring it out. It's Moore. Discards him with the stiff arm. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the grab inside the 30. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Power football with the run. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. The Longhorns want to move quickly.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Here on 3rd down, you might want to protect the field goal, but you have to stay aggressive. Off play action. Grab behind the line. It's Washington. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
You saw the tight end on a big play there in that last 3rd down. Why not go back to him again here in the red zone? With his size and his athleticism, he is a matchup nightmare down in this area of the field.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! They'll line up to go for 2. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Dropping back, it's Manning. He's got it in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead is 8. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Touchdown, Texas! And they turn it into a defensive score.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Wants to go up top. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Return takes it inside the 30, down to the 28 as the defense has them setting up shop from there. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. Looking for a deep man. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick six. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
Dropping back, it's back. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
That's caught. It's Fletcher. Shakes off the defender. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one after their own 37. And the Canes will hustle to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. The Hurricanes will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Fletcher. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Using the quick game. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Looking for the goal line. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami!
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these 2 guys so far as you check out their numbers. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll run it from the gun. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. It'll be 3rd and long. On the run, it's Clark. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting their offense, trusting their guys. You could punt the football away here on fourth down.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Quarterback making checks. Just keeps slinging it. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Hand off from the gun, fighting off the defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And I've been there, fellas. This is no fun if you're a quarterback. All game long, you've got guys in your lap. You've got guys chasing you all the way across the field. You just never feel like you can get in a rhythm because this pass rush.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Motion from the wide receiver. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's going to let it go. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play. But the defense came up big in a big moment.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through it?
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Across the 25, he's got room. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
The Longhorns just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Leaves it with the running back. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for space. It's Baxter. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. So you've come up big. You've forced a third down. One more big stop. Now I can get him to punt the football, give my offense a chance to go down the field. Score some points.
And the Longhorns really need to keep this drive alive on third down. He wants to change this route. They'll run play action. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown Longhorns! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. They'll start this drive going to the air. Complete to the left. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Looking to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. Got him downfield. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to throw it. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking for a man. It's back. Right on target this time. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Now from inside the red zone. Touchdown, Hurricane! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Looking for a crease. It's Baxter. Got the first down and more. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere, and this defense is manhandling this running game on the last couple of snaps.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils comes down to this one play on third down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
To throw, it's Manning. Working the middle, it's complete. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Offense changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
It's the fourth quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need a score badly. We've got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just gravy.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. To the air, it's back. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's loose. Inside the... And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Canes.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Got enough for the first down and wants more. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Ballman.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. 2 ranked opponents evenly matched. Who's going to be...
position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for more running room, but none to... as he stopped at the 23. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking to throw, it's back. Got his man on the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He's got him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Canes want to pick up the tempo.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Or will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Quickly complete. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that first down marker. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a start for the defense, and I tell you what, this might start to affect how I call the game and what I think the offense can do, because if this rain keeps coming down and affecting the throwing, this allows me to be way more aggressive on defense. Nice start for this D.
Making side adjustments here. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Trying to get behind the defense. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Shoots it to the left. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Touchdown, Longhorns! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They're bellowing out Texas fight right now as the Horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special teams, everybody feeds off their great energy.
Back to pass, it's Manning. He's got it in the end zone for the two-point conversion and an 8-0 lead.
And no bones about it for this offense. 5 wide receivers, find the space, find the matchup. He identified it. Nice two-point conversion play.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion. No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome everyone to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Hurricanes will put total leather to crank us up. Coming out with it, it's Whittington. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it up. End zone and being knocked down at the 11. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Moore will throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man on the right. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history.
And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the 1st down.
Looking to throw again. The screen, he's got wheels. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
He breaks a tackle. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 10, and he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Miami! It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn it on the Jets, making the big play.
To the air, it's Beck. Zings it complete to the right. He gets in there for the two-point conversion, and the lead grows to 8. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Whittington. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And it didn't take long early in the game. That's the matchup everybody has their eyes on. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best DBs in the game. They're going to be going toe-to-toe all game long. That time, the defender comes away with an early win in the matchup, but the war is not over. We're going to see many more battles as this game goes on.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Whittington. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Showing off the arm. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
He wants to go deep. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
Snagged out of the air. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. It's on target and complete. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. And the Canes headed quickly to the line. He wants to throw it again. He's got it. Touchdown, Hurricane. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Love the individual effort here by the wide receiver. After he has the ball, able to make people miss. You see the speed as he goes in for the touchdown.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Back to throw, it's back. It's complete to the right. He's into the end zone for the 2, and the lead is now at 16.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
He He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They'll go to the counter play. Runs through the tackle. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the wide receiver. Moore to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moore. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Ducks are in the hurry-up. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on. But with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. To the air on first down. Thrust that arm out. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. Caught close to the marker. It's Marion. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Wants to go up top on first down. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, Canes.
And this offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their 2nd passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far here today.
And the extra point is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console whistle, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a field.
Into the secondary on the right. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now
It's a seam wide open. The 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Miami.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Whittington. Can't get him to the ground. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
And they're not on the same page there. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Turns it on down the left side.